FIVEAA area. Anyone who spots Declan can or has any information on his whereabouts should contact the police assistance line immediately on 131 444. Well, a baby boy is still missing after that double fatality at Port Macdonald. A mother and a toddler were found in the water yesterday. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens has more information today about the tragedy.
The child that was recovered, I believe, was a female toddler, and we are searching for a male infant. I can't elaborate any further. We have spoken to the husband of the woman and the father of the children.
Emergency services are dealing with wild weather this afternoon. Well, the Reserve Bank Governor has warned without a lift in productivity, it will be difficult for Australians to get an increase to real wages. Michelle Bullock has given a speech at a Sydney event saying the Reserve Bank Board is prepared to act on inflation, including by increasing the cash rate further. However, Ms Bullock says the RBA's monetary policy can't impact slow productivity growth.
While this persists, the ability of the economy to grow without generating inflation is constrained, and Australians will continue to experience limited growth in real wages.
A stage version of the much-loved movie The Castle is in the works. Rob Sitch, Jane Kennedy, Tom Gleisner and Santo Ciallaro, co-creators of the 1997 film, say it'll debut next year. Sitch says some jokes are being modernised, like using Marketplace and Gumtree instead of references to the Trading Post.
That actually came from me. I love the Trading Post, and I loved one column in a tiny one called Miscellaneous. And one day I said out loud, this is where the line came from, red telephone box, $620. And Jane said to me, what would you want with a red telephone box? I said, I don't know, but they wouldn't come up that often.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and there's much interest in the AFL tribunal tonight with Brisbane defender Ty Gallop to front up after his incident with Port's Mitch Georgiades at the Gabba on Sunday. Port will host GWS on Saturday night, while the Crows close out the round with a Sunday twilight clash against Essendon at Marvel. Geelong skipper Patrick Dangerfield is in doubt for Thursday night's clash with Collingwood. Braden Maynard will miss at least the next 3 games for Collingwood with a knee injury. The Pies defender will have surgery this week in a push to return for finals. Coach Craig McRae says surgery gives him the best chance of coming back this year.
Yeah, and then there's a hope that it heals, that the injury heals. We don't really want to go down there because if it doesn't, then 3-4 weeks later, here we are probably having a minor procedure and then becomes 7-8 weeks type stuff.
The shortlist for Essendon's new coach is out. Former Bombers coach James Hird is on there, Adelaide coaching director Murray Davis, Fremantle assistant Jamie Graham and Sydney assistant Mark McVeigh. And Australia is top of the Commonwealth Games medal table heading into day 5 with 26 gold, 13 silver and 20 bronze. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Medindy, a blackout affecting lights on Main North Road near Nottage Terrace, Golden Grove, a burst water main, the Golden Way near the Grove Way, and Jeps Cross, urgent works, Grange Junction Road near Main North Road, speeds at 40 both ways through there this afternoon. Slow for works at Alberton, Port Road near Brown Place, and getting busy at Jeps Cross for works too, Port Wakefield Road near White Road. Canberra the Zavo, Nottage Terrace, Medindy. The King Living Winter Sale ends Sunday. Save up to 50% on selected Australian Design Award-winning furniture. Hurry, ends Sunday. Visit a King Living showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Showers this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow, 14. Thursday, partly cloudy, 14. Cloudy on Friday and 15. Right now, it's 15 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Will McDonald. Tonight, major crime detectives join the investigation near Mount Gambier. A mother and toddler dead, her baby missing. A new era for the old Holden factory. Australia Post invests in a parcel super hub. Adelaide's worst crash hotspot, and the Crows consider resting several of their stars for their battle with the Bombers. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 Now.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA. Always Adelaide. Local, topical, fun. This is Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Good afternoon. It is 6 minutes after 3 on this Tuesday, the 28th day of July. Thank you for tuning in. You can listen to us as well as watching us now on the live stream. You can check us out on Facebook and also YouTube. Very shortly, we're going to speak to Katie Noonan, one of the greatest voices this country has. She'll be here in Adelaide on Thursday performing at the Gov. So we'll speak to Katie about that and her new album, which has been released. Later this hour, we'll also give you a chance to go and see Katie, by the way. We've got doubles to give away. Later in the hour, we'll give you the chance to go to the Wolf Brothers. They will be performing at the Gov. If you love your country music, that's on the Friday night, so the next night. And also, this being a Tuesday, we have, of course, Turkey Tuesday. And this is your chance to win a mixed 24-pack of the 250ml Turkey flat wine cans. It's the Rosé, the Pinot Gris, the Shiraz Grenache. It's all the vibrant and refreshing notes that you love that have made Turkey Flats Rosé an absolute favourite of many. It's everything you want in a good wine. Strawberries and floral undertones and a crisp finish. All of that, plus the cans are environmentally friendly. So that's coming up later in the show. So if you yourself has been to Turkey, if you know someone that has been to Turkey, and we might just sort of steer it in one direction, because I'll play you some audio of a very well-known politician who thought he could turn comedian over the weekend, cracked a gag, bombed badly. And so on the back of that, we might ask you people who are genuinely unfunny. There might be well-known comedians or TV stars that are in the world of comedy that you just don't find very funny. So we might do that as part of Turkey Tuesday later in the show. So if you wish to join us, 8223 0000, you can text 0448 08 1395 or get to us on air at 5AA.com.au. We've got a bit to get through this hour too. We can bring you up to date with the latest on the missing child there in Port Lincoln. We've got the issue of the 27 cases of bird flu, the H5 here in South Australia, and so much more. So all of that and more before 4 o'clock, before we hand over to Tim and Rowie. So a big hour. Hope you'll be part of it. We'll take a short break, and on the other side, we will speak to the voice of an angel. Katie Noonan's going to join me next.
Our Undy Drive is back for another year, supporting Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
And once again, this year, there's more ways than ever for you to get involved, including heading to your local Foodland to make a $2 donation with your shopping.
It is indeed that easy, Stacey. And don't forget, you can still head to 5AAundydrive.com.au anytime to donate.
All thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland. The mighty South Aussies.
The census is coming this August, and we need to hear from people from every walk of life to help plan for Australia's future.
From baristas,
from teachers, from tradies,
from parents,
from people who play sport, and people who cheer sport.
In the census, every answer matters. You'll get your instructions soon on what to do. For more information, visit census.abs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The Stocktake sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian BlueScope steel. Take advantage of our Stocktake sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Do you need legal help right now? At Anderson Solicitors, we put people first. Expert legal advice when and where it's needed. Trusted by South Australians for over 50 years with 6 locations. Anderson Solicitors. Help when you need it.
Australia's favourite country rock band, the Wolf Brothers, are in South Australia this weekend on their Australian-made tour. With 15 golden guitars, 5 #1 albums and 20 #1 singles, the Wolf Brothers are known for delivering the most exciting live show in Australian country music. Catch the Wolf Brothers this Friday at the Gov in Adelaide and this Saturday at the Barossa Arts Centre in Tanunda. Special guest is the amazing Taylor Voss. Book your seats now on thewolfbrothers.com.
Is your hair becoming thinner, shedding more than usual, or simply not what it used to be? You're not alone. Hair loss in women can be linked to perimenopause, hormonal changes, stress, genetics, or significant weight loss. Led by Dr. Rama Target, the experienced medical team at Strand Doctor can assess possible causes and discuss treatment options that may be suitable for you. Book your consultation at stranddoctor.com.au or visit 69 King William Street, Kent Town, Adelaide.
You might have heard Dave and Will talking about Matt from Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. Matt runs the depot and he's big on helping people out. If you need to move things or people, Matt has it covered. From single and dual cab utes, 4x4s and tray tops, to small and large vans and 12 to 22 seat buses for short or long-term hire. Ask for Matt's Mates Rates. Visit avis.com.au or call 8241 5200. 8241 5200.
These days, $2 doesn't go far, but with the People First Community Lottery, it could. Get your $2 early bird tickets at communitylottery.com.au by midnight July 30 for a chance to win a Toyota Corolla Hybrid. T's and C's apply. 700,000 tickets available. SA Lottery licence number M15015.
When it comes to iconic destinations, nothing beats Adelaide Oval. Now you can experience an overnight escape for two at the Adelaide Oval Hotel, starting from just $399. Retreat to your luxury room overlooking the parklands. Relax with a complimentary bottle of Hentley Farm Shiraz, plus a bonus Hentley Farm Zellador tasting in the Barossa Valley. Savour a decadent three-course dinner at Bespoke Wine Bar and Kitchen with stadium views. Book now and stay iconic at ovalhotel.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
So 5-time ARIA award-winning artist, she is the literal voice of an angel. Katie Noonan has released her 30th studio album called Alone But All One, and she is coming to the Gov this Thursday. She joins me. Katie, welcome. Lovely. Albums is prolific.
Yes, I have been a busy bee. I mean, I love being challenged by different vernacular within the enormously limitless language of music, really. So not all of those are obviously on my own. There's ones with the Brodsky String Quartet, the Australian String Quartet, who are based in Adelaide, orchestral stuff, all sorts of things. But yeah, predominantly it's my own work, whether it be with George or Elixir or my solo stuff. And yeah, so pretty weird. And it's been 30 years since my first ever gig with George in June 1990. Well, since we formed in June 1996. So
wow.
Yeah, busy times. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that's a lot of art. And I was reading about your current album and what people are talking about. All the words you want to hear, Katie. Intimate, yet poignant, powerful, yet delicate.
Well, it wasn't an album I intended to make, Leith, to be honest. It's been a pretty rough 20 months, but I'm just one of half of the country, you know. Marriage is a beautiful thing and no one goes into it thinking it's not going to last, but this particular one didn't. But, you know, we had 20 really good years. I think it was COVID that really, like many relationships, not just marriages, but friendships, we found very challenging. And obviously as an artist, there were no safety nets for artists, so it was a pretty scary time. But as always, music is my best mate. And so since I was 3 when I started playing piano, but particularly since I was a teenager when I needed an outlet for all of those big feels that teenagers have, that's when I started writing my songs and luckily formed a band when, well, I saw Jeff Buckley when I was 18, and that was the turning point of my trajectory as a musician. Yeah.
And you know what the music gods are like. If you're in love, here's some content. If you're heartbroken, here's some content. So you know the circle will turn, the wheel will turn, Katie, and the love will return, and then there's more art.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, all music or art is a response to life, and therefore it is all sort of innately, in a way, political because we're responding to the world that we live in, but also it's just a response to what our heart is going through. And so, yeah, I was suddenly, you know, a single woman in an empty house, you know, left the matrimonial home in January 5. And so the house was empty for a long time, and then I decided to make the record in my lounge room, which was beautiful, to fill it with friends. And it's a gorgeous little 62 classic post-war bungalow house, but good acoustics, beautiful hardwood floors, not super high ceilings, but, you know, higher ceilings than modern places. And for it to be filled with 4 wooden string instruments and then a wooden grand piano, and my voice it suited the acoustic perfectly. We just had to mitigate my dog's snoring and the chickens and the ducks and the 4 children next door. But so we tended to record at night once the chooks were asleep. Yep.
Well, there's a little Easter egg for a couple of fans. But how good is that in terms of the intimacy of the album? I see that, Katie, sometimes on those shows like classic albums where for every great album that's done in a studio, there's many that are done in homes, and it's the carpets and the drapes and everything else that adds to the ambience. But you would have a relaxation, I guess, or a different kind of way of feeling your house versus a studio.
Yeah. It was beautiful to feel my new home, which, you know, has been, as I said, a pretty lonely home for a long time, to fill it with people and to fill it with music and to fill it with notes and love and people I love.
Yeah, so the album's out and then you're touring that. We get to see you this coming Thursday with that. I love the idea, Katie, of people watching you perform, to hear your angelic voice and enjoy that experience. Maybe some people, when you can see them in the audience, some are watching you, some are closing their eyes, picking up on words and phrases and sentences, you know, that resonate with them. So it can be very personal to an audience member, but also as a collective.
Well, I think every set of ears hears music differently. That's the magic thing. And in fact, I learnt that lesson early on, Leith, when I wrote the song Special Ones, which I will say was premiered at the Adelaide Fringe at the East End Exchange Hotel in February 1999. Nice. I remember because actually Richard Kingsmill was there, and that led sort of on to our relationship with Triple J and ABC Radio. But I didn't have a name for it, and my girlfriend, who was there doing some, you know, fabulous carny circus spectacular show with barely any clothing in the Garden of Unearthly Delights, there are about 30 of us sleeping on the floor in a house. I wrote that song about the end of a relationship with someone who was a drug addict, but for other women at the time who were much older than me, you know, I was a baby, I was 22, they were my age now or older, saying this song gave me the agency to leave an abusive marriage. And that was a lot for a young woman to comprehend, but also taught me the responsibility of music making, and that you, even no matter how sad you do get, that you need to offer hope and sort of empowerment through your music. So that was an incredible lesson for me, which I've tried to carry through all my work. So even in these really sad songs, there is a sense of hope. Like, I am alone, but all one, meaning I'm at peace with that, and etc. Yeah.
You know, private journals are private traditionally.
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
What a gift. What a gift for Trent Dalton, your close friend and the author, to give you his journals and say, right, do with this as you will.
As you will, yeah. So I reached out for him to be our 4th muse for Australian Vocal Ensemble, my a cappella quartet and classical vocal quartet. And he said, actually, I've got this thing that I wrote between 2000 and 2006. He's an analogue guy like me, pen to paper or pencil to paper, and he had all these journals and old diaries that he just filled with stories of, you know, emerging from his traumatic childhood, which we all know now through reading Boyce Swallow's Universe, but falling in love with Fiona, his wife, and future mother of his children, and just general people watching. And, you know, this is sort of pre-smartphones and all that stuff, where people did spend more time, I think, writing pen to paper and writing letters. And he's still got all the books, and then he typed it up into a document for me, and that was incredibly special, and for me, reminded me of the wonderment of falling in love. So the album's quite a dichotomous journey, and that half of it is about that extraordinary sadness of your whole life, you know, blown apart, and the loneliness of being alone but all one. But then the other half is very much about remembering the joy and honouring the love, and remembering that I loved Isaac so much that I wanted to know absolutely everything about what he thought about everything. And, you know, you counted down the minutes till you saw them again, and all the butterflies, and, you know, that beautiful new love thing, which is very, very special. So, but it's not just for people who've gone through, you know, a breakup. It's for people who've gone through a change of any sort, whether it be grief or a change of path of life or just sort of sitting with stillness, basically. Yeah.
We get to hear you. The album is called Alone But All One. The tour is with the River Sweet String Quartet. You hear this Thursday. We love that there's so much of a connection with you and Adelaide, Katie, so we hope you enjoy your stay here. We can go to the Gov website or you can go to Oztix if you'd like to see Katie Noonan live this Thursday night at the Gov, folks. Welcome back to our city,
wait.
Katie. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Can't wait. Thanks, Adelaide.
So that is the beautiful voice of Katie Noonan, who is performing on Thursday at the Governor High Marsh there on Port Road. One of our text messages said, Leith, Katie needs to be inducted into the Australian Music Hall of Fame. She's so brilliant, her voice is so unique. And imagine the acoustics with the hardwood floors. It'd be brilliant. And this is what we try to do on 5AA Afternoons. We try to give all of you a chance to go along to a show that you may enjoy. Not everyone has the same musical tastes. So if you're a fan of Katie Noonan and you would like to go and see her in concert, hear this angelic voice for yourself in the flesh, first two callers through, 8223 0000, because our travel lounges busy with their callers on 0055. So call the talkback line, 8223 0000. First two callers through, we'll send you to Katie Noonan Thursday at the Gov.
You've probably heard a lot about support at home. There's a lot to understand. How does a home care package work? Who's coming into the home? And will it be the same person each time? These are the real questions families ask. Life Care's guidance service helps to answer those questions and navigate you through the process, step by step, no pressure, so you can make the right decisions for mum or dad. Start the conversation today. Visit lifecare.org.au.
You've worked hard to get here. Maybe it's time your home reflected that. Royal Apartments by Palumbo offers luxury residences in prestigious Kent Town, with Adelaide's parklands at your doorstep and the East End just moments away. Some views last a lifetime. This is one of them. Visit the display apartment at 2 North Terrace, Kent Town, or royalapartments.com.au. Royal Apartments by Palumbo, where city vibrance meets fringe tranquility.
Bowel cancer waits for no one. It doesn't care if you're busy. It just continues growing. Bowel cancer takes more lives than breast, prostate or skin cancer. You can have it and have no symptoms. If you're aged 45 to 74, join the millions who've done the test. Because if found early, more than 90% of cases can be successfully treated. Bowel cancer waits for no one. Don't wait. Test now. It's free and easy to do at home. Search free bowel test.
Sick of the wait after a car accident? Rain, hail or shine, Pro Paint and Panel has your back 24/7.
From towing and insurance paperwork to high standard repairs, they'll help get the process moving and your car back on the road.
Remember the 3 Ps, Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, High Marsh.
Are mum and dad considering retirement living? If they sell the house, what happens to their pension? What are the tax implications? McGain Real Estate have specialist advisors ready to sit down for a chat. Contact McGain today. McGain.com.au.
You now have more ways to get care than ever before, like pharmacies, which you might know for scripts and medicines, but can help with a whole lot more. From treating scrapes, coughs and rashes, to help when a UTI strikes. And with some pharmacies open 24/7, if something doesn't feel right, come in and talk it through with the pharmacist, even in the middle of the night. To know your options, visit wheretogetcare.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Barbara Streisand. Her music and life come alive in The Way We Were.
Starring award-winning singer-songwriter, performer and storyteller Melinda Schneider. Melinda brings to life hits like You Don't Bring Me Flowers, Evergreen, Woman in Love and many more. Saturday, August 8 at Her Majesty's Theatre. For tickets, go to thewaywewere.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
26 minutes after 3. Whoa, hold on. I know you want to come in, Mel. Just hold, Mel. Hold. We'll get to those in just 1 second. Everyone just wants to be a part of the show. That was actually operator error. That wasn't Mel's fault. That was mine. But, let's pass the blame. Hey, this is an interesting text from our boss, Sarah Wren, who said, I have a memory of when Katie Noonan sang in our boardroom, level 5. She is amazing. Thank you, Sarah. I never got invited to that meeting. Must have just been the heavies, but there you go. I know she's amazing, Katie. So congratulations to Helen, who's going, and Jeff is our other winner. Congratulations to you both, Helen and Jeff. You will enjoy Katie Thursday at the Gov. This is interesting from Sue on the text, who says, hey, Leith, anyone who calls us Radelaide can get stuffed. Sue, I think Katie meant it as a term of endearment. I like it when people know Radelaide. I think if you call it Radelaide, this is just my opinion, that you've kind of got a soft spot for us. As you heard in the chat, Katie's got a lot of connections to the city. Do you really not like it, Sue? I think of it as a badge of honour, Radelaide. Let's take calls on that. 8223 0000. Put it as part of Turkey Tuesday if you like. Do you like it when people call our city Radelaide or not? Again, I think it's a nice term of endearment, but thank you, Sue. I'm not going to tell Katie Noonan to get stuff, by the way. She's a classier dame than that. Now, speaking of music, I mentioned that we try to cover all bases, and it was great. The board was full of people who want to go and see Katie, which is excellent because there are some people who like the music of Katie Noonan and will close their eyes and will enjoy that. There's also people in the audience, myself included, who love our country music. And there are two brothers who are doing such great work in the Australian music scene. Their name is the Wolf Brothers.
We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share a dream and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australia.
If they play that, I'm in. So they are performing as well this week at the Gov on Friday night, and then they're doing a show Saturday at the Barossa Arts Centre. If you want to buy tickets, you love your country music, you can go to wolfbrothers.com. That's Wolf with an E. But we also have another double to give away, and you can choose. If you would like to go and see them Friday at the Gov, you can do that. If you want to head up to the Barossa Arts Centre and make a day of it, you can do that. All you got to do is be the first caller through, 8223 0055. We're rewarding those of you who love angelic voices and excellent country music. That's what the afternoon show's all about. 8223 0055. Go to it. First caller through, we'll send you off to the Wolf Brothers. Now, shall we get to headlines with Mel? Let's do it. Mel Usher's got the latest headlines for us. On the other side, Turkey Tuesday. Did you like how I bagged you there, Mel, even though it wasn't your fault? Did you hear that?
Yeah, you spread the blame. And I'm going to spread the blame now. I can't actually come into the studio and see you because I've got a printer jam.
Oh, no.
And I can't print my headlines.
Oh, my gosh.
I need a screen. I can't memorise them so quickly.
Folks, it's not as great, the live stream today on YouTube and Facebook, but there you go. Here she is, the voice, Mel Usher.
Always relevant. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Oh, I'm on. Okay. Mel Usher.
This is 5AA News.
I'm nominating
Always
myself
Adelaide.
as a turkey, Mel. I've now had a computer jam. Take it away, Mel. Thank you.
Are we professionals?
No, we're not.
Mel Usher with the news headlines at 3:30. There are more bird flu cases in South Australia today. The 7 suspected cases announced yesterday have now been confirmed. The state government's rent-to-own scheme is being expanded. Victoria has a new Premier. Ben Carroll has been sworn in after Jacinta Allen resigned this morning. And in sport, the hunt for a new Bombers coach is progressing. On the shortlist, Adelaide coaching director Murray Davis and James Hird. The 5AA forecast: showers this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow, 14. Right now it's 15 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
So, you and I have been here a long time, sort of 20-year plus.
You wouldn't think it, would you?
I have no idea what went on there.
No.
My computer was going all over the shop. Anyhow, Mel, lovely to have you on. Thank you for that. Yeah, I always like to get you involved, though. We're about to do Turkey Tuesday, thanks to Turkey Flat Vineyards. You are someone who has an opinion, which we love. This is what their business is all about. Who is someone that you think, or everyone thinks is funny, and maybe they sort of consider themselves a comedian, but you don't find funny? Is there anyone that comes to mind?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Tom Gleeson.
Cool.
I say that from experience because I went to a Fringe show a couple of years ago and everyone was like, oh, this guy's really funny. I think it was just before he sort of became a bit of a household name and won the Logie and everything. And I sat there for, 30, 35 minutes and I barely cracked a laugh. I never really fully laughed. I kind of went, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And it wasn't funny at all. And I just don't think the guy's funny at all.
Wow. See, I'm not endorsing any of these just in case Tom wants to come on the show, but this is what it's about. Turkey
Tell me in the newsroom, I can get away with it.
Yeah, wow. You have the occasional stoush online, which is good. So you and Tom fighting, and James Blunt. Who else have you fought with on Twitter?
Yeah, I suppose I should clarify that it didn't end there. I got on Twitter the next year when I was going through the Fringe Guide, and I said, I'm just working out what to see this year. I just saw that Tom Gleeson's coming back. Well, there's one I don't want to ever see again, something like that. No, thank you. And it took him a week, but then he responded online and he wasn't happy. And the radio station I was working with at the time, he pulled an interview that he was going to do with their breakfast show. And then he went to the paper and
he got the paper too.
Yeah, and he said, comedy is subjective and I know not everybody likes me, but someone shouldn't get on social media and bag me and went me. And I paid for my ticket. I'm entitled to my opinion. And, mate, you are so not funny. Maybe you should have invited me back to your show and offered an olive branch so I could see if you were any funnier, if you'd got funnier, but probably you haven't.
Oh, wow. I'm so getting him in so that we can just do this together. We need a therapy session, the three of us. Wow.
No.
Mel, thank you for that. Well, hey, this is what it's all about. That's what Turkey Tuesday is all about.
And I've got a sense of humour and there are plenty of people that are hilariously funny.
Yes.
That I, laugh my head off. But Tom Gleeson doesn't do it for me.
Thank you, Mel. Wow. Glad I asked.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
But this is what Turkey Tuesday is all about. 8223 0000. Maybe you yourself has been to Turkey, like myself, not being able to control this panel. Maybe someone else has been to Turkey. Maybe you too want to pile on Tom Gleeson.
My favourite contestant of all time was Karl Stefanovic, who was on the Battle of the Networks end-of-year special. I liked him because he's so unpredictable.
There's no problem with being called a runt, which is what you are being right now.
He's done too much live TV, and he just could do anything at any time. Also because he's probably off his head. Probably. Cannot confirm anything.
All right, so the reason we thought we might... Now, again, we love your turkeys in any way, shape or form. People always have great stories to tell. 8223 0000. We've got 24 250ml Turkey Flat wine cans to give away. This is the mixed pack. The Rosé, the Pinot Gris and the Shiraz Grenache. I thought we could sort of... in amongst all the regular turkeys, we could sort of lean it down a path of who do you not find funny? The reason being, you may have already heard this, but it was so great over the weekend. So they had the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's where traditionally the White House in America will invite all of the journalists in the political realm. They'll have a big night. They'll have a nice fancy spread, and they'll have a comedian who basically roasts everyone, and they give out some awards and everyone goes home and has a good night. You would remember that earlier this year it didn't happen because there was an assassination attempt against Donald Trump at that very venue. By the way, have we heard anything about the assassination attempt person since, or has that just gone quiet? Anyway, that's beside the point. So, no comedian this year because Donald doesn't like comedians making fun of him. He's got a bit of a thin skin when it comes to that, but he thought he'd give the joke a crack himself.
The other day, a senator I knew got a text, a great guy, from his wife, and she said, when you get home, I want to have you immediately come up the stairs and make love to me. And he said, I can't do both. You know what? In other words, can't go up the stairs and make love. Does anybody get that? Well, I thought that was actually pretty good.
Yes. So, when you have to explain the joke, it hasn't hit, but that was his attempt. In the end, he didn't have the energy to walk up the stairs nor make love to his wife. So it killed, as you can imagine. Not the only bombing Donald Trump did on the weekend. So what we're after is maybe there's someone who is funny, that everyone thinks is funny. Maybe their career is being funny, and yet for whatever reason, you don't find them funny. You think that they're a little bit of a turkey when it comes to that. 8223 0000. You don't have to get too personal. You don't have to get sort of too up and about. You know, we still want to endorse these people and get them on the show if they're in Adelaide. Come and say hello. But who is it? 8223 0000, or you can text. Poor old Tom Gleeson on the back of Mel's chat. Laura says, I agree with you, Mel. We'll never go again. Laura from Glenelg North. Ella says, Mel, I agree with you. I don't watch his shows. Sian doesn't like Ed Cavalier. Doesn't find him funny. And we mute the Yui ads every time they come on. Love your show, though. Thank you, Sian. Again, I'm not endorsing any of these. I want to play the peacemaker in all of this. Somebody said they think that Donald Trump's assassination attempt was staged. Hang on. Somebody said Adam Hills. Adam was on the show before. Stop it. Adam's excellent. I'm not accepting that. Craig doesn't think Jerry Seinfeld is very funny. Karen's not a fan of Dave Hughes, but does think that Carl Barron is hilarious. We might do that another day. 8223 0000. Your chance to win a 24-pack of 250ml turkey flat wine cans, the Rosé, the Pinot Gris, the Shiraz Grenache. Just enjoy it responsibly, but easy to transport these cans. You'll love them. Environmentally friendly in all the flavours that you want. Strawberries, floral undertones, and a crisp finish. Got a turkey for us? Or someone that's not funny? Let's hear it. Chris in Salisbury. Hello, Chris.
How you going, Leith?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Mel as well as the other texters on the line as well. Yeah, I don't really think he's that funny, but I'm not going to hate on him either. I can kind of see that he took himself a bit too serious getting back at Mel, but, it is what it is, I guess. So,
yeah, I want to get them together. I think they'd like. Mel's lovely. I don't know Tom, but I'm sure he's a good guy. We'll have to. I want to patch that little stoush, Chris.
Yeah, I reckon he might be a bit more difficult to deal with than that, but I could be wrong. Because I've watched him on TV for a while, he comes across that way. But having said that, I don't know for sure. That's just the way I think it might be. So.
Oh, I like it. Well, thank you for the nomination. Thank you for the suggestion. I want to find out if we can get these two together. Josh from Loberthal agrees with Mel. Lyle's not a fan of Dave Hughes or Akmal. Can we not just do Australian comedians too? Some of these people might. I like Hughesy. Others may not. Thank you, though, Lyle. Appreciate your suggestion. Ellie's not a fan. Now, I'm with you on this, Ellie. I don't quite get the fascination with Melissa McCarthy. I'm not sure Melissa's hilarious either. I'm with you on that. She says, I may be the only person that doesn't find her funny. No, Ellie, I'm with you. I don't get that either. 8223 0000. Doesn't have to be about comedy. Can be anything you like if you've got a turkey behaviour for us. Brian is in Old Noarlunga. G'day, Brian.
Oh, how are you?
Are you being a turkey or you know someone?
No, me.
Oh, what happened? What did you do?
It was last night, actually. A few weeks ago, I got some extra keys cut for my house. I was going to hide them outside, and I haven't done that yet.
Yes.
So I locked myself out.
Oh. How did you get out of it?
Kitchen window.
Oh, you broke into your own house. Did you have to break the window, or was luckily
no,
open?
I pushed it up. It wasn't locked.
Mm.
But then all my ornaments are on the ledge in the kitchen over the sink.
Oh, your knickknacks.
Had to crawl over the dishes and everything.
Break anything on the way through or just a bit uncomfortable for you?
I think I tried to move. I had to roll up about 1.5 metres to get in the kitchen because the kitchen windows are higher because of the sink. But, yeah.
But aren't you semi-proud of yourself, though, too, Brian? I've had to break in a couple of times at home when I forgot my keys, and part of me's like a little proud that I can still fit through a window.
Yeah, I know, but, yeah, I'm getting older as well.
Oh,
so
same. You become flexible, you can kind of bend around corners, and that's never good when you got a tap and a spout.
And it's so cold last night, too. I just wanted to get back in the house.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Well, you've self-nominated, Brian, and well done. You are in the running for that. Tony from Seaton. Who's a turkey or not funny, Tony?
Jimmy Kimmel and Colbert. I can't stand.
Yeah.
He laughed and he tried to laugh and make himself funny, but he cried like a baby when Trump won the election.
Yes.
Oh, you've got to move on. The world's going to fall apart. Please. The earth's caving in. It's so good. I don't know how we're going to do it. Oh, please.
Tony, you would think when you've got a group of writers, I will agree with you, often those montages on those shows, Fallon, Kimmel and Colbert, you know, at least David Letterman knew that his gags sometimes were really bad and he would make fun of them too, whereas, yeah, sometimes you think, is that the best? Even the SNL writing at times, you think, is that the funniest that they have in the US?
And the other one, there's a new comedian, which I don't mind, and he's got his own show like Kimmel. That's Greg Gutfeld. I don't know if you watch him.
Oh, I think I know of Greg, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Is he funny?
Yeah, he is funny. He's got his own little jokes, and he doesn't make it too personal, and he just laughs at everything. He's up to actually, he's winning the ratings at the moment.
Okay.
All of them.
Well, we'll check it out. Tony, thank you for that. Nice turkey nomination. Darren is not a fan of Dave Hughes. He said he should give up from the Bay. Lorraine, also not a fan of Dave Hughes. Barry is, though. Barry said, like, Dave Hughes is funny. I've seen him a couple of times at the Fringe. Yeah, I like him too, Barry. I think Hughes is funny. I think Dave Thornton's impression of Dave Hughes is funny, if you've seen that online. Graham's not a fan of Mick Malloy. Terry's not a fan of Akmal. Much as I wanted to like the show, it just disappointingly didn't hit the mark. Oof. Thank you, Terry. I'm sure all of these people will join us, Madeline, next year when it comes to Fringe time. Ken from Woodcroft. Who's been a turkey? Ken?
No, none of them. You've got to go positive, mate. The only comedian in this country is stand-up comedian, and he gets rave reports. He's been all over the world.
What's his name?
And when you go to one of his shows, you must accept the F word and sometimes the C word, which is
family show.
Not acceptable to some people. But when you go to his show, his stand-up comedy is without doubt the best this country has ever produced. He is the greatest comedian.
What's his name?
Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries. I've heard Jim Jeffries works blue.
Well, you look at YouTube, you look at Facebook. YouTube he's got stand-up shows all around the world.
Yes.
He is without doubt the best comedian this country has ever had.
Ken, he was at the FIVEAA Theatre just recently, I think. In the last couple of weeks or a month, he might have done a couple of shows there. I have heard
last week. Yeah, last weekend. It was a bit of an insult because he can command more than 2,000 people.
Right.
He could have got the entertainment centre pretty well rocking as previous years.
Yes.
To put him at the FIVEAA Theatre was a bit of a close to an insult because he demands more people. You watch him on YouTube.
Right.
He is so funny.
I'll have to check him out. You know, we've talked about him on the show before, Ken, where he hosts one of the game shows. And I've had people suggest that they don't like him as a game show host. He's a much better comedian. But
that's not his. He's not.
That's not his
like
bag?
That.
Right.
That's not his number one spot.
Okay.
But as a stand-up comedian, there's no other better.
Yep.
And I'd like feedback about people that went last weekend to give feedback about his show. And was it good? Was it average? Was it very good?
Okay.
I would like feedback.
All right. We'll find out. Ken Ken, thank you for that. Madeline tells me that at an estimated 4,000 people attended his shows, 2 sold-out shows at the FIVEAA. Yeah, so maybe the entertainment centre was booked and they couldn't get him into the arena if he can pull that kind of crowd. I must admit, I've not seen his stand-up. I'll have to check it out. But I know we've talked about him before in a game show sense, and there are some in the audience who don't watch a lot of TV, but they think he's better suited to the stage than that, which is interesting. You're getting some feedback. You asked for it. Sian and Levi and Damien. Damien, wow. 166. Not fans. There's a lot. All right. I'm sure there are plenty out there, though, if he sold out FIVEAA twice. Bradley is not a fan of Nazim Hassan. Okay. Dave Allen was hilarious, said another one. Saw him live at the Festival Theatre. Never laughed so much. Keith loves Sam Campbell, especially on Taskmaster. I'm going to have to Google him, Keith. I don't think I know Sam Campbell. We'll check it out. More turkeys on the other side. If you want to join us, 8223 0000. And why would you not? Because up for grabs is a 24-pack of the 250ml turkey flat wine cans. It's the Rosé, the Pinot Gris, and the Shiraz, Shiraz Grenache. It could all be yours. Next.
G'day, Rowie and Timmy G here. Now, we cover all the latest in sport on the 5AA Sports Show podcast. Find it on the 5AA Player app.
Every Friday, Monet to Matisse stays open late for an after-hours experience at the Art Gallery of South Australia. Kick back in the Tattinger Champagne Bar with French-inspired snacks and live music. Gain unlimited access to more than 100 iconic works of art, from Monet and Cézanne to Matisse and Picasso. Every Friday night until November 8, experience art after dark at Monet to Matisse. Book now at agsa.sa.gov.au.
Pop here. Hey, look, I just want to let you know that I'm writing my will. I know. I'm not carking it anytime soon, but thought you'd be happy to hear I'm leaving you the boat, mate.
Be like Pop. Write your legal will for free, online and done in minutes at everywill.com.au.
Every will, write your will for free.
This is the sound of a piping hot shower. Perfect if you get caught in the other kind, the cold, rainy kind. So for instant, continuous warmth, add gas to your new build. Natural gas feels like home.
These days, $2 doesn't go far, but with the People First Community Lottery, it could. Get your $2 early bird tickets at communitylottery.com.au by midnight July 30 for a chance to win a Toyota Corolla Hybrid. T's and C's apply. 700,000 tickets available. SA Lottery licence number M15015.
Mannix are Adelaide's home air conditioning specialists. And now, with our 5 warehouse sales outlets around Adelaide, it's easy to drop in and get Adelaide's best prices on roomies, splits, ducted systems, portables, spare parts and more. Be assured, Mannix have all the big brands with prices that beat the major retailers every time. You can save hundreds. Celebrating 60 years, nobody beats Mannix. See for yourself and get a free quote today.
Shower time. The best time of the... Is that a crack in my grout? Cracks mean leaks. Hidden damage. Watery damage. The home we love falling apart around us. We should move out.
Got grout out? Time to call the grout guy.
We'll take the old grout out and put the new grout in.
Is your hair becoming thinner? Are you seeing more hair in the shower, or your ponytail just isn't as thick as it used to be? Hair loss in women can be linked to perimenopause, hormonal changes, stress, genetics, or significant weight loss. Led by Dr. Rama Target, the experienced medical team at Strand Doctor can assess possible causes and discuss treatment options that may be suitable for you. Book your consultation at stranddoctor.com.au or visit 69 King William Street, Kent Town, Adelaide.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Just to have the house to yourself is relaxing. Doesn't happen very often. Happened recently. I had the weekend to myself. It was Uber Eats and Fox Sports for 2 days. My wife gets really annoyed when I don't do some housework when there's no one around, and I hadn't done a thing. She rings up to say they're on their way back, and I hadn't even unpacked the dishwasher. I thought, I'm in massive trouble here. What am I going to do? So I just put it on again. She got home. She said, haven't done anything. I said, I have. I packed the dishwasher. When it finished, she opened up. She said, you used every plate. I said, yes, I did. She said, even the Peppa Pig sippy cup. Yes, I did. I was missing my family.
See, I think Hughesy's funny. He's copping a bit of grief on the text message. This is all part of Turkey Tuesday.
Time to call in and nominate your Turkey of the Week. Turkey Tuesday.
This is on the back of Donald Trump cracking some gags on the weekend. We just asked who's not funny. Who do people think is funny but isn't? A lot of text messages, not all in the affirmative for Jim Jeffries, it's got to be said. A lot of these I can't read. But thank you, Daryl, for your text. Thank you, Ken, for your double turkey on Jim Jeffries. Brett thinks Aaron Chen is the best comedian going. He is funny, Aaron Chen. I'll agree with you there. George Carlin getting some love. The best natural comedian without using explicit language is Carl Barron, says Greg from Moonta. Thank you, Greg. He is funny. Oh, Pete Hellier copping a bit of grief on the text message. Karen says Jim on the 1% Club, definitely not his thing. There you go. Thank you for those. 8223 Michelle from Morford Vale. Who's been to Turkey, Michelle?
Hi, Leith.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes. So there's a group of males scratching their heads at the moment, and so I'm nominating them for Turkey Tuesday.
Good.
They So there's been houses being built. There's 6 alongside each other, so close together you can't do anything.
Yes.
And they're all standing around out the front looking at the 6 rainwater tanks that now have to go in the backyard.
Oh, dear. Prior preparation. Poor performance. They haven't quite done the math. What are they going to do, Michelle?
Hire a crane.
Wow. Big tanks or medium, but just no room to get through?
There's no... The houses are sort of joined, but they're not joined type thing.
Yes.
There's very little daylight between each of the houses.
Okay.
Because they're obviously trying to fit as many on the block as possible.
Yeah.
So instead of having one house, you've got 6 little houses, and it is quite a big block. But they haven't kind of thought about how are we going to get things in the backyard.
No.
Maybe we should have put them in there before we built the houses. So I'm nominating them for a bunch of turkeys.
Michelle, that is an excellent suggestion. You're in the running for that. Thank you. We have the Turkey Flat Vineyard to give away, 24-pack of the 250ml Turkey Flat wine cans, the Rosé, the Pinot Gris and the Shiraz Grenache. You see that a lot now with homes knocking down 2, building 5. Just before Rowie, Michelle says Jim Jeffries, no. Back in the day, everyone loved John Candy, and I did not. Didn't find John Candy funny at all. Wow, Michelle. You love John Candy?
Nah, he was boring.
Oh,
he wasn't funny.
Who's someone that's funny that you
Rodney
don't?
Dangerfield was magnificent.
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield is funny.
He was.
I'll give you that.
He was just a bloody
Caddyshack.
classic.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a classic.
Yep.
Nah, John Candy just thought he was fat and funny. You're not just because you're fat, you're not funny. Hey, on my nomination for Turkey of the Week is anyone that has their birthday off.
I don't know what you're talking. Why would you do that? That is a bit weird.
Who would take a day off of work for their birthday? An absolute turkey.
Well, I would think that's a good nomination. I would think anyone who didn't want to have any part of their birthday might take that. You know, take an annual leave day.
But I mean, you know, what do the kids have the school off? Does your wife have your day off? Does the dog have their day off? Or you just have a day off to yourself?
I think I think there are people who genuinely don't want to celebrate birthdays, and I think we should honour that.
I think significant ones, ones that have an O in front of it, odd numbers not worth it.
No.
Anything that's divisible by 10, yes.
Yep.
But everything else, my favourite birthday is when everyone forgets it.
100%. So if it's too big a number that people won't forget it, you've got to make sure that you're not here.
Do. We celebrate 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s and 21st.
I'm done now. I've finished birthday.
So what number was that one?
It was from 49.
Oh, that's just a nothing number. It's like a Tuesday, a nothing day. So you took the day off for 49.
Well,
you'll have to have a week off for 50.
No, in my heart of hearts, I may not be 49. Officially, I may not be 49.
Oh,
but,
you are a turkey.
No,
okay, did you have a cake and all that? No,
I did not.
Fair call.
Because I'm staying 49 forever.
Okay.
Until I'm 60.
So you're going to jump from 49 to 60?
But I'll be 49 now for 10 years.
Yeah, 60's not a good number.
50's worse.
No, it's not. 50 was magnificent
really?
for me. Yeah.
No, so I think 50's the old.
But 60, I now feel old. I look old. I am old.
What's the penalty in football for the worst indiscretion you can do?
What do you mean?
How many metres do you get?
50.
50. When's the first time you raise your bat in cricket when it's significant?
50. Yeah, that's fair call. But it's a nothing number.
It's big, though.
60's the new 50.
Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Anyway, you're a turkey. It's round 20. Port are playing for the Dougie Cochrane Cup. In other words, they're tanking. No one wants to say it.
No
one wants to say it. No one wants to say it, but I did and I have.
No, they're not.
Dean Brogan, Matty Crouch, Eddie Maguire join us. 4 games left in the season.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Goodness me. 4!
So how many
did that come out well?
No.
How's my bad's my voice?
No.
4!
I think the Crows will win 3 of their last 4.
Couldn't care less.
Sneak into the top 4.
Couldn't care less. All I care about is them in the finals.
All right.
It's Judgment Day.
He's fired up. Yes, right.
No. Who cares? They'll beat Essendon. They'll beat Richmond. They'll probably get over Fremantle here. I mean, I don't know. GWS last game, they could finish fifth. Nothing matters other than September for them, and everything they should be doing in this month is about that. Getting the team right, getting selection right, getting their midfield right, getting some grunt, not holding up that T thing.
Shot out of a cannon.
T stands
today.
for turkey.
Stephen Rowe.
You are a turkey.
4
celebrating
I'm
49.
Loser. Brian, you won the turkey. Congratulations. Enjoy the one. We'll see you tomorrow.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sports show.
No,
it's the very latest in sport live from Adelaide.